eto na nga, nagbigay na ng komento ang pamahalaan sa petisyon na inihain ni Senador Bato de la Rosa sa Korte Suprema. Kailan ba lalabas yun?
So, 72 hours, no?
72.
Comment, and then magsasagot ang kabilang panig. 72 hours, again, 72 hours.
But when is that? Kailan
this
yun?
week dapat.
This week.
Matapos
Okay.
na yung sagutan.
Okay, yun din ang sinasabi ni NBI Director Matibag na hinihintay nila bago sila umaksyon.
Okay.
Yes.
So wala pa silang balak na tugisin o hanapin man lang si Senador de la Rosa. Pinababasura ng Office of the Solicitor General ang request ng temporary restraining order laban sa International Criminal Court o ICC. At dagdag nila, consistent with a fugitive from justice ang umano'y pagtatago ni Senator Bato sa ICC warrant na nakaamba laban sa kanya. Ang tanong, haharapin pa kaya ng senador ang paghahabol sa kanya ng hustisya? Ano ibig sabihin nun, haharapin?
Kumbaga, give up na ba siya o ano? Magpa-file pa rin siya ng mga petisyon, ano?
Apparently not. Mukhang palaban talaga si Senador de la Rosa na magtago. At hindi niya kinikilala yung pagiging miyembro natin sa ICC. Makakasama natin ngayon via Zoom ang legal counsel o abogado ni Senador Bato de la Rosa, Attorney Israelito Torreon. Welcome to Memo, Attorney.
Hello, good morning Ma'am Corina, good morning Sir Wellard, and good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa aking mga kapatid na mga Muslim.
Okay, ang tanong, the question of the hour, nasaan na po ang inyong kliyente?
As of now, I really do not know because when I left the Senate, the premises of the Senate, mga 1:30 in the morning, the other day, no? Last kami nag-uusap nung nag-selfie kami and then umakyat kami sa taas, no? And then sabi niya, Bet, wag ka na matulog dito kay nakakahiya naman sa iyo. Yung may kinuha naman na room sa iyo. Uwi ka muna kay wala ka pang pahinga. So umalis po ako mga 1:30 or 1:35, mga between 1:30 to 2 a.m.
At wala po siya
wala talaga akong alam na umalis pala siya after that.
Ayun. So you're saying that wala siyang sinabi po sa inyong balak niya sa gabing yon.
Yes, wala siyang, kasi ang pinag-uusapan namin yung mga legal remedies, especially yung Section 17 ng Republic Act 9851 na yan. Kung ano ba talaga ang ibig sabihin yan. He wanted to be informed as to my legal opinion on the matter.
And what was your legal opinion? Kasi hindi ba, Willard, ang tanong ngayon dito, was he free to leave? Kaya tinatanong ko yun dun sa Sergeant at Arms, kung ito ba ay issue o hindi. At ang sagot nilang pareho ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, wala namang issue yun eh. He's free to leave anytime because he's not a fugitive. Yun ang kanilang sagot.
At nakita na ba nila ni Attorney Torreon at ng kanyang kliyente yung kopya ng warrant? Oo.
Okay.
Wala pa nga eh. Wala pa. Ang aming lang humble stand niyan na Ma'am Corina, no? We searched into the deliberations itself. On March 9, 2009 of Congress, no? Yung sponsor pala niyan si Senator Gordon at may interpellation doon si Senator Pangilinan himself, ha? At doon po namin na-confirm na yung Section 17 no, of Republic Act 9851 was really intended to reinforce our existing criminal laws in our land, no? And it based on ang introduce ng amendments niya si Senator Subiri pala, no? Yung surrender or extradition, and it can be emphasized here that based on the deliberations by the Senate in the passage of RA 9851, it was very clear that the Philippine jurisdiction did not copy Part 9 of the Rome Statute insofar as international cooperation and judicial assistance is concerned. So yung surrender mechanism requires another law or another procedural mechanism in order for it to be implemented. Akin to extradition. Yung extradition, di ba, dalawang choices yan, surrender or extradite. Ang extradite, meron na tayong rules of procedure yan. Yung prinomulgate po ng Korte Suprema. Kaya nga, isa sa aming argument, why can't we apply by analogy yung extradition? Kasi we already have the procedural mechanism. Surrender, wala pa. Hindi naman po pwede na para siyang manok, dadakpin, at saka idala mo doon sa Hague, Netherlands. Maling-mali po yun. We will be the most unique country in the whole world kasi lahat ng constitutional democracies, no, have their own surrender procedural mechanism. Tayo lang ang gusto, ang administrasyon lamang ito na gusto na hindi na siya idaan sa local courts. And customary international law requires this. Not only Article 59. If you read Article 9 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which we signed in 1986, also provides na pag may madakip, ma-restrict yung liberty, has the option to resort to the nearest courts, no, for the protection of his rights. Articles 8 and 9 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights likewise guarantees that. The 2004 Commonwealth Model Law likewise guarantees that. Even international jurisprudence likewise provide that. A case, for example, nandun sa Facebook, cite na lang natin kasi popular yan, the the Nassim case. Yung Nassim case, Libyan siya, nadakip siya doon sa Italy. Tapos, the Italian courts gave him due process and he was released. Doon naman sa Ivory Coast, we will talk about Simone Gbagbo case. He was arrested, may ICC warrant, but the Ivory Coast gave him his day in court in the Ivory local courts. So tayo lamang ang Pilipinas na para bang itrata natin yung Pilipino na parang manok at isakay sa eroplano at dalahin sa Netherlands. Maling-mali po yun.
Baka dapat kayo po ang naging lead counsel ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa ICC. So, parang you present a very compelling argument, ano po, sir? Pero,
It is compelling. It is compelling because it's provided with evidence. If they look, yung mga kaibigan natin na mga expert, they should review the deliberations of Congress on February of 2009 and March 9 and 10 of 2009, and they would be enlightened and re-educated insofar as the purpose of Republic Act 9851. It
At
was
mayroong
intended
po,
to reinforce our local criminal laws, not to surrender our citizens without passing through judicial process.
okay,
Wait,
so in
what?
short, walang issue na siya'y umalis ng Senate building.
Walang issue, walang local warrant. So therefore, he is not violating any law. The Valyacar Transit case, which now governs and defines the fugitive from justice, does not apply because it pertains to a local warrant of arrest, not a foreign warrant of arrest.
Ayun, okay.
Attorney Torreon, kailan ho kayo maghahain ng sagot sa naging komento ng Office of the Solicitor General?
Alam mo, yung aking mga kasama sa opisina, tapos na nila yung aming reply at 3:30 a.m. ngayong araw. But we have to respect also kasi may mga well-meaning mga lawyers din tayo na mga kasama sa journey na ito, and I have to secure their comments also. But I am giving ourselves a 2 p.m. deadline. Whether mag-submit sila ng kanilang comments or not, then we will submit it at 2 p.m. on or before 2 p.m. today. But tomorrow pa sana yung deadline namin.
Iba pa ba ito doon sa Korte Suprema?
Ito na yun.
Ito na yun.
Attorney,
Ito po
yes.
yun.
I see. Okay. So, yun na nga. I was about to say that although Attorney Torreon presents a compelling argument, meron pa nga jurisprudence from cases worldwide, no? Meron na pong inihain na petisyon dyan po sa Korte Suprema, kailangan ng sagutan as a response. So, kikilalanin at hihintayin po ninyo yung desisyon ng Korte Suprema.
Of course. The Supreme Court is the one highest court of the land, and we respect it very much. So whatever ruling that the Supreme Court may render on the case, we will respect without prejudice to us availing of other remedies under the law.
So, makakapagboto po ba ang inyong kliyente? Parang kagabi, meron po ako mga kausap, parang hindi klaro sa amin, naipasa na ba yung nais mangyari ng dating minorya na ngayon ay majority, that senators can vote from wherever they are and they don't have to be present in the plenary?
Well, as to whether or not my client will vote, that is a matter that can only be decided by my client. As a lawyer, I only present alternative courses of action, subject it to SWOT analysis, and I let my client decide on the matter. But as to whether or not he can vote via Zoom, well, it's up to the majority now if they will pass a resolution clearly mandating that such can be allowed, perhaps. Senator De La Rosa will participate, or perhaps we never know, he may just appear if there is an extreme need for it.
Ay, ganun po. Talaga. Galing Mindanao, lilipad siya bigla dito sa Manila.
Si Senator lang talaga makadecide po niyan. Pero
Opo.
malay mo, baka nandyan lang siya sa tabi-tabi ng Senado.
Okay.
Mula nung nangyaring insidente, attorney, nung Miyerkules, mula nung kanyang pag-alis sa Senado, hanggang ngayon, nakapag-usap na ho ba kayo ni Senator Bato?
Honestly, wala po. Saksi po si Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hindi kami nakapag-usap. I only communicate via his family members, no? And noon kasi, nung pagdating niya, nagkwentuhan kami, boss, bakit di ka nag-communicate sa akin? Doon sa Senado, nag-usap kami. Sabi niya, pag mag-text kasi ako sa iyo, Bet, nag-ping yang ping. Kaya, natitrace yan. Ko, kaya pala. So, kaya siguro hindi siya nagte-text sa akin. Kaya to protect his liberty. Hindi lang yung threat sa kanya, hindi lang imagined. Real talaga. And, existing. Kasi nga po, yung balik niya sa Senado, tinangka talaga siyang hulihin ng NBI at maski yung NBI chief pumunta talaga sa Senado para hulihin siya in the morning. Kaya nakakatawa yung mga theories na parang stage lang daw yung putukan. Hindi po stage yun, nandun ako. No? I really felt that it was it happened and
Yes.
there was no drama in it.
Para po sa inyo, since you were there yourself, at marami po ang mga haka-haka, na lahat po ito ay sarsuela, may director, may scriptwriter, orchestrated. Ano po, what to you is the best defense against that suspicion? Dahil kayo po ay naroon.
Well, in the first place, yung NBI nandun na morning pa lang. Pati nga yung chief ng NBI nandun pa lang.
Okay.
Paiba-iba yung statement. Alas 4 daw, sabi ng Pangulo, inorderan na sila, nawala na dun. Nung alas 4, ang daming mga NBI na nandun eh. And then, minutes before, naka-picture pa ako ng naka-video pa ako kasi nandun ako sa lobby sa opisina ni Senator De La Rosa. Nakita ko may mga armado dun sa sa labas lang sa vicinity ng Senado. Pag Zoom ko, hindi nga lang mamahalin yung cellphone ko, makikita mo yung t-shirt nila, NBI, flashlight, ganon.
Oh, no.
Kaya imposible po yung sinasabi na lang yon. And then, I was with the senators, no? Kasi inimbitahan ako ni Senator Cayetano na magbaba. Pagbaba ko doon, nandun sila Senator De La Rosa at saka yung new majority, no? At we were conferring in so far as possible legal courses of action that we may take, no? Si Senator Marcoleta was with me, yung chief counsel ni Senator Cayetano. Tapos after nung discussion namin, kumain kami, nandun lang ako sa may pantry na, nagputukan na. Nakita ko yung mga reaksyon nila, Senator Cayetano. And hindi pwede drama yung mga nakita ko na they were really surprised. And even I was surprised sa mga pangyayari. Kaya hindi po napaka far-fetched yun and very malicious yung mga accusations na stage yun ang drama yun.
At ang inyo pong kliyente ay tila walang alam na may mangyayari ng araw na yon.
Wala talagang siyang alam kasi nandun siya during that time and mga 2 minutes before umakyat lang siya kasama ni Senator Robin Padilla doon sa office ni Senator Robin Padilla when it happened. And kami naiwan doon sa office po ni Senator Cayetano.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Attorney Israelito Torion.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Good morning.